Hey, you guys, this is D. Edwards, and I am anointed to push, pray, prophesy, and to teach leaders how to profit in life and in business. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. So, listen, on today's broadcast, I want to talk to you guys just really fast about, how to respond when the unexpected happens in your life. And so, this is going to be a very brief broadcast. I just want to share with you guys something that I went through in my life, and it was unexpected that literally shook me to the core, and I didn't know how I didn't have a prepared response to what happened. And so I want to share that with you guys really fast. Hi, Yolanda. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you guys so much for hitting the share button. And I think it's important that you guys hit the share button because there are going to be people who need to understand how to respond when things happen that they are unprepared for. So hello, Nini. Hello, Gigi. What's up, Wanda? Thank you guys so much for tuning in. All right. And so there was a time in my life I went through this after I had Aubrey. I had to go through a very painful situation, like dealing with my health. And it was something that I was not expected to go through because I was so excited to finally get pregnant with Aubrey after experiencing three stillborn babies. This was my promised child that God said that I was going to finally be able to hold in my hand, that I was going to finally be able to nurture. And so after my promise was delivered, I thought that I was going to be able to go on and just live with my promise. I was not prepared for health complications after I gave birth to my promise. And so oftentimes when we have the promise in our hand, we are not prepared for some of the complications that come with obtaining the promise. So I was not prepared for the complications that came with my body. 1 week after giving birth to Aubrey, I had to have a major surgery. Even the doctors did not want to perform the surgery on me because I was 1 week postpartum. But if I did not have this surgery, well, there's no other option not to have this surgery. And so after I had the surgery, it was one of the worst experiences of my life. I was in so much pain. And I'm thinking about individuals right now who have received bad news. I'm thinking about individuals right now who have had unexpected situations to come up in their life. And I remember I was sitting in the tub and I was praying out and I was asking God, I was like, God, please come and take this pain away. I mean, I begged God every time that I had to stand up, every time I had to use the restroom, anything, I was just begging. I was like, God, please come and take this pain away. And one thing you guys need to really hear this, and thank you for sharing this out, is that God did not take the pain away, but he gave me strength to endure the pain. Listen. That is what I want you guys to understand is that when unexpected situations and circumstances come up in your life, God may not necessarily take the pain away. He may not necessarily take the diagnosis away. He may not take away the heartache or the pain that you may be experiencing from certain circumstances or situations. But what God will do is give you the strength to endure what you are experiencing. And so there was a strength that came upon me. I don't know how. Even when I began to look back at that time in my life, it brings tears to my eyes because I don't know how I was able to get through the worst surgery. And then watch this. After I was 4 weeks into my recovery, I end up having to have that same surgery again. And so I don't know how I was able to even get through that time in my life, taking care of my promise, breastfeeding the entire time. I just didn't know how. I can't even put words to how I was able to endure that time. But what I do know is that when I was at my weakest and when I was at my lowest, that God strengthened me some kind of way. He dispatched angels to help me get up out of the bed, to get in the tub, to use the restroom. Like some kind of way, I had divine helpers that were angelic divine helpers that was assigned to me during the worst time of my life. And so I just want to let you guys know that today, that God would dispatch angels to help you even when people won't. Y'all don't understand that your physical strength and your health does not necessarily come from flesh and blood. God will literally send angels, y'all. He will send angels to hold you up. God, even in Psalms 91, he said that that my angels will hold you up where you will not even hurt your foot on the stone. And so I want you guys to know that today, that yes, the unexpected may have happened, the unplanned, something that you never saw coming may be going on in your life right now. But what I do know is that God will give you the strength. Listen, he will put himself in you. Woo! In order for you to endure, he will put himself in you in order for you to live through the very thing that you thought that was going to kill you, the very thing that you thought that you wanted to give up on. God will put himself inside of you to make sure that you will endure through that tumultuous time in your life. And that's why I want to encourage you guys today. I want to encourage you and let you know that you are not by yourself. It may feel like you're going through this situation. It may feel like you don't have nowhere to turn. It may feel like nobody understands what you're really experiencing in your life. But I truly want you to understand that God is a very present help in the time of trouble. I really want you to understand that there is a strength that only comes from God that will help you to endure through this situation that you are facing today. So just hold on. And what I had to do was literally take every moment by moment, hour by hour, day by day. I wasn't thinking about 3 days down the line. I wasn't thinking about 4 days down the line. I was just concerned about the present day. Just like the scripture said. The scripture said, don't worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow have its troubles on its own. There was no way that listen, y'all, there was no way that I was going to physically, mentally, emotionally, or spiritually survive that traumatic situation in my life if I was thinking about next week, 2 weeks from now, three months from now. And I believe that's what get a lot of people in depression. That's what get a lot of people wanting to give up, is because they start thinking about their future. Like thinking about, what's going to happen if this. No, I didn't have the mental strength to do that. I could only think about each day that God had given me. And so sometimes looking ahead can kill you. Looking ahead, looking ahead can wear you out from this place. Kuman Sheta. I feel God on that. Looking ahead sometimes it's troublesome for some people. And it's reminding me of a time where I was training myself to run. And every time that I would have to run up a hill. And when I began to look up the hill, I felt like I could not do it. And so I had to literally look down and jog. And I was just watching my footstep. I was watching my pace, but I couldn't look ahead because the road ahead of me, the hill ahead of me, it seemed like it was too much to endure. So instead, I had to hold my head down, and I had to just look at every step that I was taking in order to get to the top of the hill. That's how I got to the top of the hill. Because when you're starting at the bottom and you're looking all the way at this big old hill that you're trying to conquer, that is overwhelming. And so that's what many of you all are doing. You're in your painful, unexpected circumstance, situation, and you're looking so far ahead, and it's becoming so overwhelming that you don't even have enough strength to handle today. Listen, God give you the strength. Watch this, y'all. The strength that you need each day, not for the future. Woo! Shadabasokomandaya. Yeah, the strength, the manna, everything that God is feeding you, what he's giving you is for this day. God is our what? Daily bread. God is giving us what we need this day in order to get to our future. But the strength is not for the future. It's not for the future. It is for today. And so I was busy trying to utilize my strength for today, for the future. And I was overwhelmed. I was suicidal. I was overwhelmed. I was stressed out. I felt like there was no way, because I was so busy trying to look ahead. I was so busy trying to look at the top of the hill. I was so busy looking weeks down the road, months down the road, and didn't realize that this strength that God gave me, it was for today. This is what I needed today. And I feel so overwhelmed right now with sorrow and grief because I've been where many of you all are today. And I believe that's why God has dropped this in my spirit, because he wants you to know that when the unexpected come, he's giving you the strength to endure. He's giving you exactly what you need every single day to make it. So by you merely opening up your eyes today, by you opening up your eyes today, that means that you have enough to make it through this day. So I don't want you to get overwhelmed by the future. I don't want you to get overwhelmed thinking about next week. I don't want you to get overwhelmed thinking about, months from now. Don't get overwhelmed thinking about that. I want you to just understand that God is your daily bread, and he is supplying you with everything that you need. And God is going to help you to overcome. God is going to help you in this time where you feel so overwhelmed. Because for me, I got answers. I got solutions for the things that I see coming. But the things that come unexpectedly, woo, Lord have mercy. It come heavy against me. It don't be no lightweight stuff. It come heavy. I mean, I feel like the things that have to endure, like I'm like, oh my God, like the enemy is really trying to kill me. Like that's how I feel. But what I realize is that even with attacks, that there is strength even in the attacks. I recently put a post on, I put a I made a post on social media saying that you can see a lot from the bottom. You can see a lot from the bottom. I can see a lot during those tumultuous times of my life. I could see a lot through my pain. I could see a lot when the unexpected happened. I saw more then when those unexpected things happened and came up in my life than I did when I wasn't in those circumstances and situation. So there's literally strength and power. There's wisdom. There's knowledge at the bottom. It's wisdom, strength in those unexpected circumstances. And I believe this. I believe this to my core, that if God will bring you to it, he will bring you through it. I don't believe that God would ever allow you to face a circumstance or a situation that he has not given you the ability to make it through. And what I had to realize is that God is still good through our suffering. God is still good through the pain. God is still good through the heartache. Just like with Job, Job suffered. God was present, but he did not remove the suffering. Human Shetai. He didn't remove the suffering that Job had to go through. What he did was gave Job the strength that he needs to endure through the suffering. That's the type of peace and strength that I know that God is releasing to many of you all. But you had to understand, because some of you all have been asking God, why God, take this away from me? God, I'm out. We want God to just remove the pain. We want God to remove the trial and tribulation. We want God to remove the unexpected. And so when God don't do it, the devil start messing with our mindset, making us feel as if God don't love us, making us feel as God is not present. But God wants us to understand that the reason why you're able to endure it, the reason why you're able to overcome it, the reason why you're able to make it through it, because I am present, said the Spirit of the Lord. Even though I was in that tub crying, tears, anguish, tears, laying in the bed shaking, thinking that I was gonna overdose from pain pills because of the amount of pain that I was in. Hated to have to use the restroom. You know what I'm saying? Like horrible, horrible. Thinking that God was not present. But now realizing that while I was going through all of that, God was right there with me. He was right there with me. And so I know that God is with you as well. And so I just wanted to share this testimony with you guys. I don't know, what you're facing. I don't know what you're going through, but I really felt prompted by the Spirit of the Lord to just share this with you guys. And I want to encourage you that even if God don't take your suffering, if God don't take your pain, if he don't take the medical diagnosis away from you, just know that God has strengthened you to endure through it. Yeah, you will survive it. You will make it through it, and you're gonna come out of this thing stronger, powerful, more anointed, because you did go through it. Your assignment has grown because of your suffering. Kiara baso. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Rukumandaya. Yeah, yeah. God have just enlarged your territory because of your suffering. He has increased your platform because of the suffering. You're now going to reach and help more people because of what you're suffering through. Now you can become an author because you can write about your suffering. Now you can start your business because you had to create solutions during your own pain. Listen. I believe the days are coming when we are going to see the harvest from the Lord from our pain and our suffering. I don't believe there's anything that God would allow us to go through that won't later in our life reward us. Somebody needs to hear that. So today, it may be tears. I got a message I'm gonna come back and preach later. I said preach because I really am. But it may be tears today, but it will be harvest later. Ah, woo! Tears today, tears today, but it'll be harvest time later. You're going to harvest from your tears. See, you're going to harvest from your tears. You are going to see God more. Is God is going to become like a friend to you because of what you have gone through. Dr. Sutton, hope is here. There's a new weight. There's a glory train that shall fill the temple because of the pain and suffering that you have gone through. Now you really gonna go forth and win souls and make disciples for Christ. Now you're gonna really minister from a place where you've been. That's why sometimes when I'm ministering, sometimes when I'm talking to you guys, I'm so overwhelmed. I can't even hardly get through messages because I can relate to where many of you all are because I've been there. So when you see my tears, it's not because I'm a crybaby. You can ask anybody who are around me. It's because it's the compassion, the empathy, and the sympathy that I know that you're going through. And sometimes it's just the emotions of God. So be encouraged. Just be encouraged. I love you. I know it hurt today, but so much is going to come out of this place. I believe that. So much is going to come out of this place. God bless you. Thank you so much for sharing this out. Whew. God bless you.